name is Kim Perera, and my video project today is on the country of Italy. We're at the Siena Italian Restaurant and Trattoria on Sahara Boulevard here in Las Vegas. And today I'm going to be making for you guys a classic risotto with Barolo wine and the classic Italian beverage cocktail called an Aperol Spritz. Come with me inside. Rated as one of the top 10 Italian markets in the Valley on Yelp, Siena prides itself on their variety of hard-to-find Italian items, such as imported tomatoes, specialty cheeses, cured meats, and more. Their shelves are full of specialty chocolates, jams, and seltzers. And as I round the corner, we come upon their pasta sauce and canned tomato section, with the Centro brand being the most popular. You'll also find classic cookies such as pavassinis, also known as ladyfingers, wafers, and biscotti. If you're looking for a certain type of pasta, you'll definitely find it here. They carry pretty much every type of pasta you can imagine and even sell a blend of Uncle Ben's rice through its now called Ben's Original. Moving along through the store, the refrigerated section, Siena's carries an assortment of imported cheeses and fresh pasta, as well as an array of jarred olives, olive oil, and every type of vinegar you can imagine. They have a hot food section that includes pizza, lasagna, chicken parmesan, and soups, as well as the antipasto station with an assortment of fresh olives, mozzarella cheese, pepperoncinis, and artichoke hearts. Need meat? Siena's got you covered. They also have a wide variety of sun-dried peppers, jarred pepperoncinis, capers, specialty flour, arborio rice, tuna, and if you like the sort of thing, anchovies, canned clams, and clam sauce. I'm not quite sure why I went back to this aisle, but perhaps it was to keep up the suspense of my favorite station, dessert. Siena has all of your traditional Italian desserts, including Napoleons, cannolis, tiramisu, gelato, and Italian cookies. So we finished our shopping. We had a great tour of the Italian market at Siena, and now we're going to go ahead and start making the risotto. So today I'm going to be making a risotto with Barolo wine. This is a red wine that's from the northern region of Italy in a town called Piedmont. And this rice that we're going to be using is a traditional risotto rice called arborio. And this also comes from a commune called Arborio in the northern region part of Italy, Piedmont. So what we're going to do first is we've boiled our water. We have about 2 3/4 cups of rice. We have 2 glasses of the Barolo wine. And first what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn the burner on, because that's important. And then we're going to go ahead and fry up about 1 full onion. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the onion, you're cooking it to sweat it. So you're going to want to go ahead and make it to where it is cooked thoroughly. It's going to shrink in size. And then once the onion is cooked through, then we will add the rice. So our onions are almost done cooking. They're kind of like a pearl-like texture to it. They're soft. And now we're going to go ahead and add the rice to this. Now the difference between adding the arborio rice versus your traditional rice is you're not going to rinse it. Rinsing that gets rid of some of the starch, so you want to make sure that you keep a lot of that starch in the rice, so that way you get that creamy texture at the end. Again, this is about 2 3/4 cups of rice. So we've gone ahead and toasted the rice, and we're ready to go ahead and add the Barolo wine to it. Now the Barolo wine is made from the Nebbiolo grapes, which is one of the best grapes that they have in Italy in the northern region as well. And this wine is considered one of the best wines in Italy, so I'm excited to use it. So we're going to pour the 2 glasses of wine, and we're just going to let it simmer for a little bit. And once the rice has absorbed most of the red wine juice, we're going to slowly add the boiled water that we boiled earlier until it becomes a softer texture. We'll be back soon with some soft rice. So the rice has absorbed the majority of the red wine. I have to tell you, the smell in this kitchen right now is permeated with red wine, so it's definitely, I feel like it's gonna taste pretty good. So now that the rice has absorbed the red wine, we're going to slowly start increasing the liquid amount of just the boiled water until it continues the soft texture for the risotto rice. So we'll just add little bits at a time until it's ready to go. So the rice is almost done. It's just still a little bit al dente, so we're going to continue to cook it a little bit longer. But while it's still cooking, we're going to go ahead and add some butter just to season it, and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese as well, just to kind of give it an extra creamy texture as well as additional flavor. So we're going to let that cook through, and then we should almost be ready to be done. So for the next act, I'm going to be making an Aperol Spritz, which is a classic Italian cocktail. And for this, you are going to need Aperol, which is a liqueur, some Prosecco, club soda, some rosemary, and orange as a garnish, and also orange for the flavor. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to put 100 ml or half of a cup of the Aperol into each cup. First, you're going to want to make sure that you fill the cup with crushed ice. This is Sonic ice, which I firmly believe is the best ice that they have out there. So make sure that you put both cups full of the 100 milliliter Aperol. Once you're done with that, you're going to add the same amount of the Prosecco, so 100 milliliters of Prosecco as well, or half a cup, if you, like me, are not familiar with the metric system. A little bit more. And then we're going to add a little bit more to this one just to make it even. And then you're going to want to top them off with the club soda until it fills to the top. And then you're going to want to take a freshly squeezed orange. So we just rolled the orange ahead of time, and then we're going to squeeze fresh juice into the cup. And you're going to want to make sure that you give it a little stir. And then you just add an orange slice to each one. Top with some fresh rosemary. And you're done. So we've finished the risotto, and now we are going to add a seared scallop to it just to give it some additional flavor and make it taste a little bit better. Okay. So to make scallops, I've never made this before. That's just pro tip right there. Just heated up some oil, have seasoned salt and pepper scallops. We're gonna cook it for 2 minutes on each side, and hope and pray it tastes good. We'll be back. The verdict is in. It's okay. It still has a lot of the red wine flavor, which if you love red wine, you might like that. Why I chose a recipe that calls for red wine when I'm not a red wine fan, I don't know, but nonetheless, it's creamy. It definitely has the creamy texture that it's supposed to. It's in between al dente and the softness that it's supposed to have, so that makes me happy. I don't know that I would make Gordon Ramsay proud. He would probably have yelled at me by now. But as far as the scallops go, the scallops are pretty good. I think we cooked them okay. We'll find out later. But no, I think all in all, it went well. And bon appetit. Be kind.